Alright, this is part 2 of putting this CBR 1100XX panel on. I found it's just easier to take this bolt out up here, pop it out. You can see where the other one is right there, and then you do the special bolt, and then you just pull this right, you pull it right out. Alright, and then you're looking down here. Can I focus? There's that poppet there. Now that comes out with a, you can try to use a Phillips screwdriver, or I always like to use JIS, Japanese Industrial Standard tipped screwdrivers. You can get them on Amazon pretty cheap. I like my Vessels, and if I got another cheaper set, but they won't ruin your heads of your what looks like a Phillips screw on your Japanese things. And what that really is Japanese Industrial Standard, not that. But I came over here, I took this poppet out down here, which I don't think I really needed to, but you know, I loosened it all up all the way down to there. And this was not lining up right, and I was being forced, and now it lines up pretty good down in there, if you can see. And this side's a little harder to get to because you have right along here, you have some wiring harnesses and a hose and everything for the oil cooler, I believe. So you can't get to it the same. But if you look at it, this is wide open here, right? So what I did was, I did the same thing. I took this poppet out up here so I could flex this out and I could get in there. And then I couldn't use the same, I couldn't get my hand in the top here like on the other side. So what I did was I just stuck my hand right in here like this, and with this pulled out a little bit, I could just move that and it slid right in, and I just moved everything in like this, and it just went in really easy. So the trick on the left side, in my other video I said right side, I'm sorry about that. You can slide your hand right in that opening right there, you know, if you don't have aftermarket grids in there, which I don't, obviously. And now it's just to put this back on, and I've done several mods of this. I replaced the power source for this. I've got a voltmeter right there. You can turn it on. There's my voltmeter, and I got USB, and I've got a big one to plug in heavier 12-volt chargers for like big batteries. Right here I've got a cheap $50 tire pressure monitoring system. I really like it because I know what my tire pressures are. I like it even better than the ones on my Goldwing that just flash at you. Okay, over here I've got cruise control. Looks stock, doesn't it? Well, there's a guy down in Surprise, Arizona. He's on my CBR XX form under B's Toy. He's got a kit that's just fine. That's the controls. It's plug and play up front. And back here is where the brain sits. Okay, I just put my quad lock wireless charger here, so now I can have GPS going across country. I can have my music playing, or I can have my GoPro showing, so I know when a bug gets on my GoPro when I'm going across country. I have a Chameleon smart chain oiler there. It's basically, I just forget about it. And what's nice about this, the reservoir is a tube that comes all the way up here and right here. And I'll get a whole summer out of that tube, even if I go out west on a 5,000–6,000 mile trip. And here's the drip. The drip's out. I've got some Danmoto mufflers on here. Yeah, they're louder. I kind of like quiet, but the weight savings on it. And as I gained weight, I had to take some weight off the bike. But I want to lose it. I got my GV bags with the locks so people can't take it. My bolt was coming out of here, right there, and I replaced a couple. And finally I found out that this plate was broke on the back, the little stamped steel piece. They wanted $140 for a new set of those, and I welded a bead on there and ground it, and now it sits in there just fine. I've got this to put my big trunk on it if I want, and I've got a Corbin seat for right there. Another thing you guys might want to know is I've got electrical connection battery lead extenders here. So right down here on my battery, I've only got this right here and positive one. You know, I got one there, and the positive lead comes up to this now, and everything I come in here, right here. It's kind of bright under there. There you go. Everything right there, and that's my negative one over there. And all my fuses are easily accessible right under there, under the seat. So I don't have to take 5 things off. I've got one for my heated gear, my quad lock charger, my my battery source. Oh, here's another little thing that's handy right here. That's an Adaptimate. I think I can get that on there. Show you what that is. Right there. Optimate, sorry. What that is, I didn't want this charger here somehow discharging all the way down if my phone was dead or whatever. So when I turn my bike off, it goes to 13.1. Well, that Optimate, when my battery level reaches 13.2 in 1 hour, the Optimate will shut off and shut power off to this. And if my battery gets to 12.4 volts, it shuts off immediately. So that was something I wanted to protect my battery. And yes, I have a Scorpion lithium battery in here for batteriesplus.com, or batterystuff.com. All right, so those are the big things I have done on this. I got some risers there. Those are helibar risers, about 1 inch, 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches total. And I'm thinking about cutting those right there and welding in a 1-inch extension. I don't know if I want to mess with that yet. I've successfully gone on a 21-day, 6,000-mile trip and been just fine since I got that cruise control put on it. Oh, a couple other things I've done. I went to super bright LEDs, got some bulbs, and then I put these clear on, so I got daytime running lights. Electrical connection right here. Their LEDs are wonderful. They're for Gold Wings. You know, 2015 Gold Wing I had, and they'll fit right in the CBR, and they are super bright. I've also put super bright LEDs in the back on all these. And the only thing I do is, I believe, if you go to wingstuff.com and get the flashing lights, tail lights they have for Gold Wings, it'll fit right in there. And I should have done that, but instead I got some just LEDs, so they won't flash 4 times. But I've got my add more lighting on my GV bags. Those flash 3 times. So that's everything I got on this, and that's just helping you get that side panel on. That's kind of what I did it for. You reach in here, you leave this off, take this out, and then that boss will slide in, and then this all fits in. Every other time I've done it, I've had to really struggle to get this back half aligned, and that solved the problem, so I wanted to tell you guys.